Om Shanti. This is the Sakar Murli of 8th of May 2023. Essence. Sweet children, human beings with no purity are of no use. Therefore, you have to help by becoming pure and enabling others to become pure. Question. Unless you have which faith is your life destroyed instead of it flourishing? Answer. If you don't have the faith that the most beloved Father is teaching you, that you have come here to study knowledge and yoga and claim the inheritance, your life gets destroyed. To have doubt in this means to cross out the line of your fortune. This is why there is victory in having faith. The Father places the mothers in the front. There is no question of jealousy in this. Children should not have any doubts or body consciousness in this. Song. Who has come to the door of my mind with the sound of ankle bells? Om Shanti. Children say this. Baba explains, I am neither a corporeal nor a subtle deity form. I am the Supreme Soul. It is the soul that says this. The only word added to the soul is Supreme, that is God. There is praise of the one God whom all the devotees remember. This is called the human world. It is now Ravan's kingdom, the devilish community, the community that causes sorrow for one another. Who is explaining this? The one who cannot be recognized with these eyes? Souls recognize him with their intellects when the Father gives that recognition. You are my children. Just as you are souls, I too am a soul. But because I am the Father, I am called the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul. Therefore, it is said God speaks. It would not be said God Brahma speaks. It is said salutations to the deity Brahma, salutations to the deity Vishnu. The one Father himself says, O children, God Shiva speaks, I am the God of everyone. Everyone remembers me. I alone make all the children constantly happy and peaceful. This isn't said just for the sake of saying it. They give prizes to people. Such and such a person is a leader who established peace. Here, it is not a question of a human being. It is that Father who gives all human beings a prize. You are establishing purity, peace and prosperity by following Srimad. You who become helpers receive the inheritance of peace, purity and prosperity exactly as you did in the previous cycle. You cannot paint an accurate picture of the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul. Brahma has a subtle form. How could you take a photograph of the Supreme Soul who is like a star? There is only the one Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, and he is like a star. You cannot take a photograph of him. A soul recognizes him with his mind and intellect. These are new things. This is why it is explained, consider yourselves to be souls. You receive those bodies later. You souls are imperishable and immortal. Bodies are mortal. A body is young and becomes old. You cannot take a photograph of a soul. You can have a vision of it. You can't take a photograph of a vision you might have, but you can explain it. You can take a photograph of human beings and deities, but not of God. This is why people are confused. They are unable to understand anything. The Father now explains, throughout the whole cycle you remain aware of bodies. You now have to become soul conscious. In the golden age you had deity bodies, and you then went into the bodies of warriors, then merchants, and then Sudras. Now, O souls, you have to change. I am speaking to you, souls. You are listening through your ears. No human being can say this. You have come here to the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, Shiva. However, he is incorporeal. That incorporeal one definitely enters a corporeal one, and this is why you have come. You are asked, whom have you come to? You would say, I have come to Shiv Baba. This one brackets Dada is the agent in between, because the property belongs to the grandfather. If the father were not here, in between, how could there be the grandfather? How could you receive the grandfather's inheritance? Only when you have the father can you receive the grandfather's inheritance. No one without faith can come here. There is no purpose in coming here without faith. You come here to meet Shiv Baba. How can you belong to him without taking birth to Baba through Brahma? This is something to be understood. However, Maya has made you senseless. So the Father then comes and makes you sensible. Because you forgot the Father, you have become orphans. You have been receiving sorrow from the beginning through the middle to the end. For half a cycle you have been experiencing sorrow by indulging in the vices, and you are now experiencing great sorrow. The deities who were constantly happy and greatly unhappy at this time. There is a great difference between the fortune of the kingdom of heaven and this. You understand that Shiv Baba is your true father, from whom you receive the inheritance of the land of truth. You come here with this understanding. Otherwise, there is no need to come here. You go outside and give lectures. Come and study with the Father, and you will become deities, the master of heaven. When someone belongs to the deity clan, the sapling takes root. However, this is the only college or university where you have to study every day. You repeatedly have to remember the Father and also become pure. Raksha Bandhan, the festival of purity, is remembered. Sisters tie a rakhi on their brothers. Mothers are the Shaktis. Their status definitely has to become elevated now. It is said to brothers, give regard to these mothers and become their helpers. They have to be saved from all the assaults. Because of not understanding fully, people say wrong things, and then poor innocent mothers are tied in bondage. Therefore, those who do wrong things accumulate a huge burden of sin, because they stop them from claiming the inheritance from the Father. You have come here to create your life. There will be obstacles on this path of knowledge, because there is the aspect of purity. Christ was crucified on a cross. That too was an aspect of purity. A pure soul comes here and tries to make everyone pure. Then the Pope, priest become gurus. In fact, gurus should be pure. However, nowadays they even perform marriage ceremonies, etc. Human beings are of no use without purity. Here, purity is the main thing. It is because of this that there are obstacles. Just as an alcoholic is unable to rest without a drink, in the same way they are unable to stay without poison. The Father explains, from impure I am making you into pure kings of kings. When you children come here, there is the thought, is there anyone here who has doubts? Otherwise the poor innocent mothers will be tied in bondage. In that case there would be great punishment, because the Father is also Dharmaraj. We call the incorporeal one the Father, although nowadays they even call a mayor Bapuji. Gandhiji was also called Bapu, brackets father, but this one is the real father of all souls. This is not useless praise. The Father means the Father. I am teaching you Souls Raj Yoga. Have no doubt that the Father actually comes. It is Maya Ravan that brings doubts. Doubts are called evil spirits. Faith is not called an evil spirit. You gain victory with faith. You are led to destruction by the evil spirit of doubt. Why does Baba do this? Why does Baba praise the mothers? To have such thoughts is also to have doubts. The Father says, this is a family path, and in this too the mothers are said to be gurus. Salutations to the mothers. No one can benefit without the mother gurus. Even the gopes, brackets brothers, are benefited. They then serve others. They bring their friends and relatives, etc. Come, I'll take you to the Brahma Kumaris. You too are a Brahma Kumar. Prajapita Brahma is very well known. When the world was created, God must definitely have come, and you would have become children of Prajapita Brahma. Who created Brahma? The Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul Seva. How else could the human world be created? Human beings say that God created them, and so God surely has to enter a body. What is the name of that body? Because he renounced everything and he belongs to him. He is given the name Brahma. Look how the world is created. These are very wonderful matters. None of these things are mentioned in the Gita, etc. This is the knowledge for salvation. The Father alone is the bestower of salvation. Only the Creator knows the beginning, the middle, and the end of this world. Look around the whole world. Is there anyone apart from you, Brahma Kumars and Kumaris, who knows the Creator or the beginning, the middle, and the end of the creation? Even in that, only the children who are knowledgeable souls can know this. You have to prove that the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, is the Father, and that He is not omnipresent. Eventually, everyone will come to understand that it is only the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, who gives you this knowledge through Brahma. Therefore, this knowledge is called Brahma Gyan, not Brahma Gyan. You must surely have received it from the Father. He is the ocean of knowledge, and He is praised. The urn of knowledge is then given to you, mothers. The Father comes and elevates you, mothers. The men also become elevated, but there mustn't be jealousy about this. Don't think why should the name of the mothers be used. The Father comes and increases respect for the mothers. The Father gives you children knowledge through Brahma, and this is called Brahma Gyan. This knowledge is Shiv Baba's. Brahma, Vishnu and Shankar cannot be called the ocean of knowledge. Brahma himself says, I am not the ocean of knowledge. This is the last of my many births, and I now belong to Baba, and this is why Baba has given me this name. Those who are adopted have their names changed. The Father explains to you so clearly. A great kingdom is being established. It is written, the flames of destruction emerged from the sacrificial fire of the knowledge of Rudra. Rudra means Seva. Krishna was a prince. How could he have created a sacrificial fire? The God of the Gita is not Sri Krishna. He didn't create the creation of heaven. Only the Creator would create that. Only those who belong to your clan will understand these things. Only the sapling of the deity religion will take root. To the extent that they take this knowledge, so you will accordingly be able to understand whether they are to become part of the Sun dynasty, the Moon dynasty or subjects. You all understand that there is no guarantee for your lives. Nowadays, death takes place quickly while you just sit somewhere. There is no untimely death in heaven. People make so much effort to keep themselves happy and become wealthy. If someone receives 5 rupees, he would try to receive 6 or 7 rupees. The Father says, I make you wealthy. Sannyasis say happiness is like the droppings of a crow. What do they know? The Father explains, Hatha Yogis cannot give anyone liberation in life. Only the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, gives you liberation in life through these mothers. There must definitely be man too. You then have to make effort to make others equal to yourselves. To the extent that you make effort, you will accordingly claim a status. The majority is of you mothers. The name Gopal, brackets Gopal, cowherd, Kanhaiya is remembered. A bull is not given this name. There shouldn't be any body consciousness about this. When you become body conscious, Maya blows you away. Children come here with the faith. We are going to the most beloved Father. A soul says through his mouth, I am going to the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, to study Raj Yoga and knowledge and claim my inheritance. Otherwise, there is no need to come here. If you don't come with this thought, doubts will take you away. That is, your life is destroyed and you cross out the line of your fortune. Therefore, it is said, those whose intellects have faith become victorious, whereas those who have doubts are led to destruction. You should make them write down beforehand who it is they are going to. The Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul. He alone explains everything. The Father explains, on the path of devotion, people have visions of Sri Krishna. They do so much intense devotion. When someone is about to cut his throat, he says, if I don't have a vision, I will die. It is after great austerity that they then have a vision. It is I who grant those visions. Here, I definitely have to give you children vision. You have an aim and objective. Visions are granted, but you mustn't become content with those. If you don't make effort, how would you be able to receive the reward? Therefore, effort has to be first. Acha, to the sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the mother, the father Bap Dada. The spiritual father says namaste to the spiritual children, and the spiritual children says namaste to the spiritual father. Essence for dharana: follow Srimad, become the Father's helpers, establish peace and purity throughout the whole world, and claim a peace prize. Protect the mothers and sisters from assaults. Elevate the status of the mothers, give them regard. Blessing: may you be a master bestower who achieves success in every task you do with your stock of cooperation. For the imperishable success of the service you do, be a master bestower and give everyone your cooperation. Cooperate with everyone in putting right with your good wishes any task that has gone wrong, any sanskars that have been spoiled, and anyone's mood that has been spoiled. This is the biggest gift. This one said this, that one did that. While seeing, hearing, and understanding all of this, transform it all with your stock of cooperation. If you feel that a power is lacking in someone, then fill that gap with your cooperation. This is what it means to be a master restorer. Slogan: in order to remain constantly cheerful, observe every scene of the world drama as a detached observer. Slogan: in order to remain constantly cheerful, observe every scene of the world drama as a detached observer. Om Shanti.